Why the criticism? Why? For the performance or for something else?
So Paul Pogba's just done an interview with Sky Sports, and I'm very disappointed with Paul Pogba in this particular interview because he makes some suggestions with regards to criticism that him and some fellow Manchester United players have received and the reasons why. He doesn't say it outright, but we all know what he's saying. And I think he's talking absolute rubbish. And, well, here's the clip. And please stay to the end of the video and you'll see my more detailed response and rebuttal to the nonsense that he is speaking. Anyway, here's Paul.
When you were at Manchester United throughout your career, you've sort of had quite a lot of criticism, and I've noticed that other Manchester United players as well, like Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Jadon Sancho, they seem to be sort of a focus of a lot of attention. Do you think that's got something to do with them, or something to do with the media, or is it something to do with Manchester United?
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who was the players?
You, Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Jadon Sancho.
Okay. Why the criticism? Why? For the performance or for something else?
We all know what you're trying to get at, Paul. But you are completely off the mark, and I think it's disingenuous, and I think it's wrong of him to say that. Because let's look at those players specifically. Paul Pogba, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Jesse Lingard. Okay? Paul, you got criticism because you were a world record fee, you were the highest paid player at the club, and you were very inconsistent. And you were injured a lot as well. And you didn't achieve anywhere near as much as what you should have done playing for Manchester United. So that's why you got criticised. Jadon Sancho hasn't done anything for the club. He's come in, big money, and he hasn't performed. He just hasn't been good at all. Who's the other one? Marcus Rashford. It's a similar kind of thing. He has one good season, then he has three bad ones. And he walks around moping about on the pitch, looking disinterested. And again, he's very inconsistent, but he's on big money. And who was the other one? Jesse Lingard. Well, again, he didn't live up to his potential. And it doesn't help when Instagram pictures and videos come out on social media of him and you dancing, not long after you've been beaten by Liverpool or any team for that matter. So, okay, so let's look at other players and people at Manchester United during this time. Jose Mourinho got criticised. Louis van Gaal got criticised. Eric Ten Hag's getting criticised. And David Moyes got criticised. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got called the worst manager in Premier League history for as long as he was there, despite a second and third finish. Harry Maguire has been criticised a lot. David De Gea got criticised a lot as well. So it's got nothing to do with immutable characteristics, which is what you were alluding to. It's got everything to do with performances. And quite frankly, all of those players that have been mentioned there haven't performed to the standard that Manchester United need them to perform and what the fans expect. So, let's start talking sensibly, shall we? Let's put our thinking caps on and not try and play the victim, because at the end of the day, Paul, right, you should have achieved a hell of a lot more than what you've achieved already. And you've done quite well, but you're still very inconsistent. And on my last video, I said that I didn't really want to see Paul Pogba back at Manchester United. And if that's the kind of attitude he's going to bring to the dressing room, that's just reinforced my opinion on this guy. I think Paul Pogba's deluded, to be quite frank. But hey ho, what do you guys think? Is he deluded? Does he have a point? Or is there just unfair criticism towards Manchester United? I think that is a case in general. Manchester United do have a microscope placed directly on them, which is very intense. But it's mainly because of the stature and the fame of the club and the standards that they have set. And the players that do get criticised is because they're not performing. That's why. But anyway, yeah, thoughts in the comments.